podcast. Extended Cuts exclusive.
Extremely important note to self that using this recording software while having my music recording software at the same time does not allow the microphone to work at all. Like even if the app is open that I'm recording music on and I'm using this app in order to record the show or anything like that, it will not allow the microphone at all. So you're gonna have to hear me do this mental self-note. That way I can remember it. I'm Mickeygemineye. This is the Vault of Doom podcast, episode 11. The podcast does not have any sponsors right now, so if you're interested in being a guest on the show, go ahead and drop me a direct message. If you're interested in being a sponsor for the show, go ahead and drop me a direct message. If you just want to pop in and say hello, then go ahead and drop me a direct message. I am Mickeygemineye. This is Vault of Doom, episode 11. I don't know why I have it under this extended cuts exclusive. It's not an extended cuts exclusive, but if you are watching on YouTube, you can check out the extended cuts exclusive episode where we're going to be doing the same thing we're going to be doing here. This is going to be my first tryout period here, where I'm going to be doing the same thing on the video that I'm doing on the Spotify, with audio only. So if you're listening on Spotify and you don't want to listen to what I'm saying without seeing stuff go on at the same time, go ahead and pop on down to the YouTube. All right. At some point here, we're going to check out or review this screen record video that I made yesterday, and I'm going to just be trying not to make fun of him because the audio quality is shit, but that's not his fault, I guess. In fact, let's just jump right into that. Let's just go straight to it here, because the guy's got his thing right here for donations to him for his soundproof foam panels for his studio. And that's going to be like, alright, yeah, let's have some better sound quality than what we have. I don't know if you can even hear it. Let me see if I can turn it up some more. But let's have some better sound quality, because that's all it's missing. The guy's like got it in his description that he's a costume designer. As you can clearly see, that the costumes are badass. This is some badass shit with the music, and I offered to freaking help out with that, and then didn't stick around for an answer. So it's like I'm gonna have to ask again if I want to do that. And it looks like, and I have it on mute. I had it on mute too, so it's not. And we're just looking at. I can't zoom in on this. You know, the production obviously badass. The sound quality is just total shit, and it's not even my genre. So that's why I can't ask, and I can't go down that route, because it's just not my genre. But it's just something cool to kill the time with, and I'm sharing it with you guys. So bear with me before we get into the actual episode. It says here, in case you're listening on Spotify, I'll try to narrate for you so you can see what's going on. So it's like a really badass, scary movie themed, sepia tone, black and white, horror movie style. Somebody's in an electric chair. Now he's holding a sword. And then I turn it up so you can hear what's going on there. And fresh off the channel, off the actual channel, it sounds like crap. And then having it dubbed over with this app, then it sounds like double crap. This video goes on for 10 minutes, so I'm even going to see if I can just try to fast forward it. And I don't know why I'm saying even see if I could try when I know I can. So it's like, I'm just going to, let me rephrase that. I'm going to fast forward it. So here we go, 1.5. Just so we can get 1.678. Just so we can get on to like what comes next. And it sounds a little bit better when it's faster too. But it's some super chill out, mellow, classic rock style. It's glam rock that he changed into his own genre called monster rock. So I'm putting this guy on the map with this shit. This is badass. And then the donations go to his studio, so his sound quality will sound better. And I just thought that was really cool. That really took me back and stopped me for a minute, just to see that he's saying what most of just about everybody else also does, is put the thing you're going to buy with the donations that people give you on the label. So it says, for me, it would say new laptop or something like that, and this guy says soundproof foam panels for my studio, and then he's 62% in. So send him some. I don't know how that works with the converting the currency, but that's literally not important at all. So I've wasted enough time even just having to mention that. And there's this like whole synchronized, kind of almost choreography shit going on with the dude. But that's enough of this. Let's get into the actual episode here. I just had to show you guys that because it's like, it really sends my chickens out to roost and shit like that. Or roast. Sends my chickens out to roast. You get like a little. Alright, let's start off here with news that I got from. It's really confusing here, but. So, starting off with the channel name right here. And the channel name is basically, it says verified, but I'm talking to them and they're like, no, this is not none of the official band members. None of these are the official band members, but it's a verified channel for a band, not run by the band, and they're sharing this news article about something that happened to MSI. If you guys remember Mindless Self-Indulgence from the 90s, I'm not sure what it is, but then something's going on with Twiggy Ramirez now. Instead of just Marilyn Manson and all that stuff that was going on with him, where he went to court for, see if I can remember correctly, intentional detriment to emotional well-being or something like that. And then it says here, she has a whole bunch of stuff on here. This is just a Twitter post here, but it's starting off. The only reason why it interests me is that it's starting off with some credible news on Marilyn Manson, and that I don't know what the heck happened to MSI, so we might even just look into that here on this episode right now, and see what's going on there. So Twiggy Ramirez, ex Marilyn Manson, ex 9 Inch Nails, and ex A Perfect Circle, is a rapist, a predator, and a serial abuser. So it's saying Twiggy Ramirez is a rapist and a predator and serial abuser. But I don't know why it's saying, and I understand ex Marilyn Manson, I don't know why it's saying ex 9 Inch Nails, didn't know he was in there. Ex Perfect Circle, definitely didn't know he was there. What would he be doing there? I mean, to look into all this is what I'm trying to do. And I'm going to, there's a term for this. It's not myth busting, but it's called like something, okay? And I'll get the terminology right one day. But for right now, I'm just gonna call it something. And Jordy White's alleged behavior and abuse allegations over decades. Twiggy Ramirez is a serial abuser. The burden of holding traumatic events in silence can pose a lifetime of emotional turbulence as well as physical. I thought I had the whole thing, but it looks like I just took another screenshot of another totally separate post. So, no, Twiggy Ramirez lied to people and he didn't count on screenshots or that others will speak up and he ran a piss. Alright, well, I'm gonna clean up this, clear up this MSI thing, and then look into the Twiggy Ramirez thing, because that's the whole reason I even wanted to look into that, and then we're gonna keep on, and then we'll keep on moving along here. So I'll just start with maybe like MSI allegations. Jimmy Aaron sued for sexual assault of a minor for his last year, or not last year, 3 years ago in August. What did MSI do? Why do people hate MSI? Reason for breakups. So I don't know. These guys are really popular. That just goes with anybody that's popular. I can't even believe nobody cares or believes anything anybody says anymore, just because all the popular people that get all this stuff. Even with stuff like Chris Brown Rihanna incident. I mean, these just kind of like are a climax for some, and then the whole thing is just this whole perpetual vortex of it in and of itself that just warps everybody and sucks everybody into where and how would I possibly, and this is Rolling Stone saying that. So as credible as that source is, they're just relaying the information at the same time. So it's not even, so it's there, it's something to talk about. I could figure out what other references other people have, or I could blog about it, see what other references other people have on the show. Obviously, you'll probably find me the next time I have a guest on here. I'll be mentioning it and then see what they say, or if we look into it a little bit more or something like that. And then now let's see what's going on with Twiggy. Alright, so another rape accusation. I do not condone non-consensual sex of any kind. I will be taking some time to spend with my family and focus on maintaining my several years of sobriety. If I have caused anyone pain, I apologize. I truly regret it. And there's just another huge, and this is even longer ago. And the tweet that I'm talking about is from recently. So there's an excellent thing right there, man. An excellent thing just right there is to have the thing cleared up, that even if you get new tweets, check the dates on your information, I guess, or something like that. Alright, so moving on. So that's cleared up. With this, that's the bad. Here's the good. Korn to celebrate 30 years with 25 city North America tour featuring Gojira and Spirit Box. I took that screenshot from a news article from One Arabia. Never heard of One Arabia, but 30 years of band. 25 city North American tour featuring Gojira and Spirit Box. I'm definitely stoked about that, but we gotta really keep it on moving here and wait till you see the bill for all these shows that Korn's gonna be on. I mean, it's not as major essentially is having them in here with all these other guys. That's what's pretty much way more cool. And so we're just Going through current events and news now, and then we'll get into, before we hit that bill though, we'll check out some more of the female artists, metal artists that I missed. I think I took a screenshot of this one to say, watch former Slipknot drummer Jay Weinberg play his first show with Infectious Grooves. Only because of somebody being on Infectious Grooves. Only because of Infectious Grooves being another Frankenstein band of all these guys that have been in legendary bands, and now they're in one of these new bands. And I'm really interested to hear you guys' thoughts on that, considering that I don't have good thoughts about it. So change my mind about that a little bit, please, because it's just really weighing me down. I mean, a whole bunch of these, even if it's one of my favorite bands, I can't get into it. I don't like it. Don't like it at all. So the episode, if you look in the description, you find my link tree, and then you can support me on Twitter. But you can also find the premise for today's episode. The subject of today's episode is the paying homage to the greats of metal and rock. And we'll start with that, as that is going to gel into the more female metal artists that I forgot for this month, Women's History Month, on my Twitter account. Let's crack into it. Anthrax to be rejoined by bassist Dan of Lilker after 40-year absence for April-May 2024 tour dates. And that's all the news that I have for these screenshots. Okay, now we're going to navigate onto the web browser, where I just found this article right here. Classic rock band Skid Row chooses first female lead singer after vocalist steps down. As I look at Lizzie Hale, the front woman of Hailstorm, will fill in, and it's another. I don't like Hailstorm, so I can't quite cover that on this episode. But same with Skid Row. We're paying homage here to the greats. Let me do a sharing of a few thoughts about this first. In terms of all of the new music that's going out, a lot of people are going to be feeling really strongly about one or the other. All the new music or all the great legends. So eventually, at some point in time, we're going to need the legends. We're going to get sick and tired of all the new stuff and come across and stumble across some old albums and LPs and vinyls from legendary bands in the genre. But there's not going to be really anything but chaos there. There's just not. It's going to be madness. It's going to be madness. With all the new stuff that's out right now, that's already chaotic. With all of the people being out of touch with that because of that, and then going into this legendary stuff, that's where you have stuff like this. And this is one example that I'm going to put into conjunction with two more examples and then segue into something else. So we're not going to spend a lot of time here. But this is Lizzie Hale, frontman of Hailstorm, filling in as the singer. It looks like a photo of her with Hailstorm, because it's just, they're talking about the future here. And this was published on FromCleveland.com 2 days ago. Or was it yesterday it was published. And so then going on down through here with the other stuff here, I think, let's see. Excuse me. Oh, the jig's up. You know I'm human now. You're gonna come after me and torture me. Alright, so let's see here. Concert coming back. Okay. So, professional will pause it and stuff like that, but I'm actually looking for something here. So it's gonna be I seem to be missing it. I took notes of it somewhere, but it's not here. So, I don't know. I guess I could do some more self-promoting while I'm making up for that here, where you can look at you can clearly see right here, and if not, if you're listening on Spotify, you can see right here my upcoming schedule for the rest of the year, and that's where, if you're interested in that, you could just see it's set up all the way through September. I'm booked up all the way through September for my schedules, and so you can expect to see all these on my day on Wednesday when this show comes out. And yeah, so there's that. And okay, so wait a minute. So I'm all right. So check it out. So the ones that I'm missing are not actually missing. They're going to be on my Women Crush Wednesday tweets. Including just from it's got to be if I like their music, and it's not just looks. It's got to be if I like their music, because I haven't checked out New Year's Day yet. If it's not something I like, if it's not heavy enough, I don't want it, and I'm not going to feature it. But it's written down right here, so don't. And if you're seeing this, do not expect any kind of that. I have a feeling it's not going to be heavy enough. So, Chelsea Wolf. That's something that's different. It's not any different. Not any different at all, either. As I've read the article and gotten an intuitive look at it. And then if it is any different, best believe I'll be making a whole paragraph about it, why, and this and that. And then I'll at least distract you long enough to where I can get back to work here and get back on track and not have to worry about you questioning my authority or something like that. And having that said, let's jump into these other two bands. It's only one is female, the other one's a guy. So check this out. So on my, I'm not going to jump to my Twitter, but staying in the same app here, I have archived it like a jerk. Alright. The other female-fronted band is not a female-fronted band. The last one was a female-fronted band for a legendary band, Skid Row. Lizzie Hale is going to be on Skid Row, front woman vocalist. Not sure if she has a picture of her playing guitar. Not sure if she's going to play guitar and sing there or not. But that's the news that I got yesterday. And this is Becky Baldwin, the new bassist for Merciful Fate, a legendary black metal band. And they are going to have, you are going to have all the details and me filling you in on what I got from her interview, or rather podcast, with Jamie Josta and the Josta Show. And starting off with her musical tastes, she mentioned something about that on the bus as they were touring, and it turns out that they have the same interests. Go figure, they're in the same band. Of course, they have the same musical interests. And then the guys, she feels like they treat her okay. But I'm interested. I would be if I was a real journalist. I'm basically just a human phone. I'm just like your phone, where I'm navigating through all the stuff that I find on here and then giving it right back to you. So that's what all I'm doing, and I'm not actually covering anything journalistically speaking, until and unless I have a guest on the show, an actual human guest on the show, auditorily on the phone, where it's all auditory, or just in physical in person, where you have seen many times, where we're here and we're sitting and we're talking face to face, and then I do my little prize giveaway at the end of the show, or like whatever, and this and that, making it a special experience. If you need incentive to get some kind of coverage, journalistic coverage for your musical project. as I said below, drop me a DM. So she talked. It was like an hour-long podcast on the Johnson Show. She's on there. Becky was on there, and her involvement with the show is going to be, or her involvement with the band is going to be as the bassist, and that's where we segue into the next part of the conversation. That she grew up listening to the band that she's in, and that's like, oh, it's kind of makes you stop and think for a second until I come along and make the connection that says, well, you know what? There's another guy. Well, and that would be, we're gonna have to look it up before I say it, but that it has happened before, kind of thing. So the other band is Lamb of God. The members on the search where we're clicking finds me with the drummer Art Cruz, and he's also somebody that grew up listening to the band that he's in. So I mean, that's not only something that stops and makes you think for a second. My mind is blown. My mind is blown that I couldn't wrap my head around that. I can't wrap my head around that and comprehend that possibly, how you could do that. I mean, other than to do it, like when it's done or something like that. And it's just kind of is what it is kind of thing. But big shout outs to all those musicians, and as we move on down through, and just excuse my improper grammar and inability to speak, please, because I know my ability to speak the English language is quite minimal. It just helps that I'm a minimalist, so it kind of complements my style a little bit. How big does this screen go here? If I could just halfway, there we go, that's decent. So there's all that stuff that we covered, and then there's some stuff that I have to look into after fests, and the festering festivals that I'm going to go over real quick here while my app is thinking if it wants to open up. There it goes. Okay. Starting with download is the best way to go. I'm not going to do that though. I'm going to go up here and start with Wacken Open Air, or actually Resurrection Fest, where then we will go to Wacken Open Air and just get an exclusive sneak preview too at all my upcoming photos that are just super super cool, badass. Gonna go on Twitter, gonna go on thumbnails for the show. Starting with Bloodstock. What a strange phenomena. I thought that I started with something else, and it's this. Alright, here it is. Bloodstock Open Air 2024, this August 8th through 11th in Derbyshire, the United Kingdom. That's right. Anything with Shire in it, it's from the United Kingdom. There's just no other place in the world that I know of that has that many shires. There's a bunch of shires over there. And let's see. So big name's gonna be in here, and we'll get right back. Also, we'll orbit right back around through to the main premise of paying homage to the greats, because I still have not quite shared all the way my personal thoughts about that. Opeth, Hatebreed, Amon Amarth, Enslaved. Gotta stop right there. These are all different genres, but Enslaved is not. And I will let you guys know right now, whether you're a beginner at this or not. Enslaved is not where my standards are right now. My standards are above everything I just mentioned. And doing the paying the homage thing is just like, how do you do that? How do you do the paying the homage to your to your greats, to your legends, to your heroes, to your idols, to the greats of this genre. And there's many different ways to do it. You can take some of your ideas, keep them to yourself. You can share them with me, share them with the chat, and let us know what you think. Whatever floats your boat. But these guys, Enslaved, are still not even heavy enough, but they would be above all these, next to Opeth, just because Opeth is they're specific kind of metal, and I have to look into that. I think it's melodic death metal would be the word. That's what it would be called, melodic death metal. And having all these guys that are legends, and then having I spoke on the industry and the fans going one way or the other, old or new, and then now I'm speaking on that you really can't move forward until you know where you've gone. It's just really what it is. And at the same time, you have to be extremely careful, as it can be easily confused with nostalgia, which is in fact extremely dangerous. Yet, and this is a big and yet, and a big but, you don't have to freaking worry that much about it, considering that if it's just like drinking alcohol, where if you enjoy responsibly, you're fine. And at the same time, keep that in mind, especially with just not going overboard with anything. I can't say that I personally have not gone overboard or anything like that. I'm sure I have on many occasions. And the difference for me is that I'm also covering all this stuff, talking about it, and I'm making the shit myself. So, and I'm self-promoting, so that's 3 things. And at the fourth time, I'm making sure I enjoy myself and can do this for a very long time. So it's just literally an uphill losing battle, up Shit's Creek without a paddle, what have you. Moving on here to this huge festival, man. This bill does not have a lot of bands mentioned, but I saw Nervosa over there. Now that I'm looking, I see Rotting Christ and Septic Flesh and Malevolence. Architects is a UK exclusive. So this Bloodstock, alright, when I see UK exclusive, that makes me think stuff, right? That makes me think stuff like maybe this is just one of the Bloodstock festivals in August in the UK, and then there's more elsewhere. So I have a feeling that's what it is. And in order to look into that, I have to go back to the website and just go back to the domain. Go back to the Bloodstock domain, and then I'll be just fine. Their homepage. But until then, we're going to just continue exploring what else we have here. Infected Rain. Oh, how did I forget Lena Scissorhands for my Twitter campaign? I didn't. So Lena Scissorhands' picture is featured on my Twitter page, if you want to go check that out. Green Lung, Beast in Black, Night Flight Orchestra, Nervosa was where I was trying to get at. That's where I meant that I had to take. That's what I was trying to get at. Nervosa, pretty decent French black metal. I don't know exactly what kind, but they're from France and all that. Unless I'm thinking of Anorexia Nervosa, you have to be really. Don't want to be. I don't want to see your Rick and Morty mouth when you have a guy that you're talking to about this stuff, and you accidentally confuse 2 bands that even will have the same exact name. Because there's Rick and Morty mouth is fine. It's just way worse when you guys don't know. None of you know that you're wrong, and then you carry on like everything's hunky-dory, and then you come to find out when it's too late that you're talking about 2 different bands here. And then you have something a little bit worse than that. And I'm just trying to warn you, this is a public service announcement to get your bands correctly, get your genres correctly, and get your shit straight. Let it roar. Clutch. Forbidden, and Unleash the Archers, Igor, Hellripper. I mean, this is gonna be a great set. They have this, everything just has its own vibe about it with all these different shows, man. Because we'll mosey on from Bloodstock down here to Resurrection Fest and get a whole nother vibe with Avenged Sevenfold, Sum 41, Machine Head. If I hadn't seen a bunch of bands that I like from Resurrection Fest play, I wouldn't feel. If I hadn't seen the bands I like playing Resurrection Fest, I would just completely move on from this entirely, because I just don't like any of this, other than, you know, old Corey Taylor and his solo stuff and whatever is good. But and then I have something to speak on Cro-Mags, and I just read an article on Bob Villain, and you know, sorting all this stuff out, doing this show professionally is not easy, man. It's just definitely not easy. So what makes it a little bit helpful and easier is if you pop on down to the Twitter, click that little button on top, or like, share, and subscribe, and drop a comment. Guys, common sense. Slaughter to Prevail, The Offspring. I mean, Machine Head, these are all legends, but none of this seems heavy enough to me. Nashville Pussy. Green Lung will be here as well. Green Lung is going to be here and in Bloodstock. La Inquisition. Just take a look at the bill. Take a look at the bill here, guys. Get a good look at it. See when any of these might pop up. And again, know your bands was the only message that I was saying. Know your bands and know your genres. But this is in Spain. June. It is going to be the 19th one. As for Bloodstock, it doesn't say. Next up, sold out whack in 2024, Korn, where Korn's going to be there, like I said, plus their 30-year anniversary, 25 city American tour, and then they're going to be in Wacken. I mean, having Korn in Wacken is going to be epic. It's going to be insane. I'm so stoked about it. I'm so excited about it. I'm so insanely pumped and stoked and excited about Korn being in Wacken. I can't believe it. And Flogging Molly being in all these places. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Those are two Irish mix that you would kick out of every bar in town if they were in your place. You wouldn't let them even breathe. Alright, so moving on, that's my impersonating people, I guess. No one in particular, just that's how people act sometimes. Cradle of Filth will be at Wacken. That's going to be cool. Cradle of Filth of Korn. I mean, these guys, and look at Wacken open air. Open air. Not sure if it's open air, but it'll be pretty cool to comment on this. That all these logos are all in here. Logos only. No text. Soil, saw them out here. It was pretty sick. Just all these bands. Behemoth, Whitechapel. This is no fucking wonder it's sold out. Jesus fucking Christ almighty. God damn. God fucking damn. God fucking damn it. Opeth's gonna be there too. Alright, now that we have covered Wacken, Bloodstock, and Resurrection Fest, we can check out Download without you getting another sneak peek of my what is coming. And for 21 years in a row, though I'm not sure in a row. See, the pandemic, you could say in a row until the great pandemic of 2019 or 2020. until then, you could say it was 21 years in a row. Now you can't. You could just say 21 years. It meant you have to shorten your sentences now. And now for or whatever, or whatever, and shit like that. And shit like that. And whatever. And so here we go. For the 21st time, you can say that. 21st time, Download Fest. Not hosted. Is it hosted? It just makes it look like hosted. Presented by Liquid Death. Also in the UK. For 4 days, you will see bands like Queens of the Stone Age, Fall Out Boy, Avenged Sevenfold, The Offspring, Limp Bizkit, Royal Blood, Black Stone Cherry, Enter Shikari, Sum 41, Baby Metal, and all these guys that have stuff in text and not the logo. More logos. Bad Omens, While She Sleeps, Pantera, Machine Head, and Corey Taylor. Mr. Bungle, Tom Morello, Thy Art Is Murder. I'll do these that are in text because I wanted to comment on Thy Art Is Murder. All Them Witches, and these other ones. So this Thy Art Is Murder, Australian death metal, All Them Witches, blues. Full-blown blues with a little bit of some heavy stuff and a little bit of that grungy Pacific Northwestern style grunge distortion style stuff. Alien Weaponry, more death metal. Of Mice and Men, also death metal. Day 3, that's day 1 and day 2. Death 3, The Used is gonna be there for all you emos. I mean, this is just, I gotta say, goddamn, like having all this shit being in a way that it was in the day, and then having it be better, and then having people be excited about it is what's cool. It's what's so cool about it. And then seeing these bands together in the same bill. For Download is a huge festival, and I don't think I've seen many concerts in there. But I need to, live on YouTube and stuff. But I need to go check it out for real, buy tickets, and go over there and check it out. For sure. Black Dahlia Murder, Fear Factory, Health. Now, here's something from me, okay? So to see them make them suffer, is that like a Cannibal Corpse cover band, or like what exactly is that? That's where I would have to ask. What? Because it makes me think that if it isn't, and if it's good, there's really nothing bad to say about that. So I'd have to keep on moving. Atreyu, yeah, decent. Okay, let's make sure I didn't miss anything here, because this is a large bill. 4 days. UK, Download 21. $311's gonna be there, man. Wow. Hoobastank. Ha. Dying Fetus. And that's where I'll end it, because that's badass. Alright. So that covers the fests, women in metal, all that other stuff, blah, blah, blah. Now we have... This is like a legit extended episode here. I mean, I just kind of have to decide whether I want to do more for this episode. And I know that not only I do, but I kind of have to, because I don't know how to navigate through my phone correctly here with this stuff. Like making this stuff, like you guys, I'm making this and I'm broadcasting it for you, and you can see inside the studio or whatever, and see inside of where I'm making this stuff with stuff like this. So first and foremost, I don't know if you recognize this or not, like the screen, if you can see the screen, but if you're listening on Spotify and you can't, you can just see like cool, there's just cool shit everywhere. And I just like not knowing how to navigate my phone is simply helping me make a better episode. So now I'm just gonna make a unintentional promotion to somebody doing adult entertainment. All this is unintentional. Check out this adult entertainment center. I'm sure she will be happy for you subscribing to her OnlyFans. She definitely would like your money. Down here, Death Note, fucking badass comic book. And can't see what the other one is, but I think it is. It's the same one. It's adult entertainment. So then after that, excuse me, we'll get into something that's like all about the economy, man. Not the economy. All about the global. All about. God damn, what is the word, man? All about the world, saving the world. I don't know what it is called. I think it's called, my brain, I know what it's called, but my brain is stopping me from getting the answer to something like, it sounds like economy, ecosystem, saving the ecosystem. If you want to do that, okay. I was watching a fucking music video. I was watching a music video for Nightwish, and the lead singer of that band had, or the whole band itself in general, just had a fucking entire advertisement for saving the ecosystem in terms of a non-profit organization that is available at the end of the music video. So I go and check into it. I go into the website. One thing leads to the other. I have the contacts for it, like the contact based in the UK. Her name's right here. The band is Nightwish. You gotta have to find the fucking music video to go find it yourself. But I don't know anything else. And what else? And I've shared the contact before. And I've shared the contact, so it's just like the cat is out of the bag and the monkey is out of the bottle, and I have paid my debts to say, and I have done my duty as to my fellow man, on top of providing you with all this cool collection of news and putting news sources together and cross-referencing and actually taking this show very seriously. So the least you can do is subscribe or like or hit the bell. You don't have to go to my Twitter and drop some cash on my Cash App. You don't have to do any of that. Anyway, main point here being, I don't know how to use my phone. So other shit here is clearing the clutter. The other stuff that's wanting my Google Photos app wants me to archive from having it in the cloud. It's in the cloud, and it wants me to put it further in the cloud or something. Here's evidently the same thing. This is stuff that just wants me to delete. That last time, it's asking me to archive it. Now it's asking me to just delete the shit. And I'm thinking to myself, well, no, don't make a decision. No. Or I'm thinking to myself, what I actually think to myself is, set the time aside to make the actual decision, and then I'll be fine. But I'm definitely not going to ignore it. That's not my style, and I wouldn't be able to have a clean system. I was having so many malfunctions with my hard drive or something a few weeks ago, and now things are running smoothly-ish now. And on top of that, that's fine in and of itself, but it's even better that I feel better and more accomplished about me being and staying on schedule. So, I mean, other than that, you can just really, all you can do is just kind of check out what I'm listening to if you care. Was right before here checking out these guys on a live premiere for this. And if you want to you heard me mention something about this a few episodes ago, this YouTube channel. And we'll probably not be looking into that. It's more important just what's here. And so there's some of this new premiere stuff plus bonus. I mean, and I was like looking at this. I'm like, it's a pretty decent album. It just looks like each song is like 4 minutes, 6 minutes, 5 minutes. And then just some more stuff here that I want to check out. A 20-minute long EP. I'm not gonna watch shorts with you guys. speaking of shorts, I need to make some and put them out in terms of like clips from the movie and clips from these episodes. And also, I just started actually on Twitch streaming these. So if you want to go check those out on my Twitch, everything's available in my link tree in the description. Even if you're just listening on Spotify and you can't see me, you can check out the link tree. And so, with this episode drawing to a close, I'm going to take a bathroom break, pause it, and be right back. Right back in it, Mickeygemineye. This is Vault of Doom episode 11 in the closing chapter, where we could check out the more feed, because I have to actually cover the feed and browse through, especially this far into an actual extended episode. Most of my episodes are called extended, but they're just an extended version of the one prior. So this far into the episode itself, we'll see how my feed announcements come out. Just starting from where we're at, I got another. Just saw it live. This is Black Metal catalog, not Black Metal promotion. So it's just another one of Black Metal promotion. I'm definitely gonna need that. Yes, indeed. So I'm already gonna go over here and pop on down to subscriptions. And see if they, and also it'll be good to compare and contrast the two, see if they interact as much as the other guys. And they have a Bandcamp, they have a Discord, and they have a TikTok. So down here with Metal Blade Records having heads up to all you across the pond, Midnight hits the road next week, and it's our month of Black and Thrash. Who's ready? If you like Black and Thrash, check out Midnight. Across the pond with the typo. See, it's not fun being here on this kind of narration, the way I'm announcing it, but it certainly is good to know where I'm at with stuff. Now at least I know where I'm at with stuff, like what's going on in the background, in the back of my mind while I'm doing this. And then, like, you can see I'm a new channel, you can see I'm growing, and if you've watched any of the previous episodes, you'll get a plenty of info in the background story. But I'm simply just not going to be able to carry my background with me everywhere I go, constantly give you my life story. So even having done it once is more than enough. It's like one is too many times. Like, I already gave you guys my background story at the beginning of the episode. So it's kind of like I don't know, whatever. It is what it is. Here's some more shorts I'm not gonna watch. And this is just what's popping up on my feed here. I mean, this literally is like a living thing, the way it's interacting with me on here. Some Century Media, some chill dude on the couch, reviews. Is Hector, dude, channel talks about all types of rock, metal, punk, alternative, shoegaze. Some black metal from Germany, Helsing, from my guy. Some more shorts I'm not gonna watch. The Thrill. And then the other good thing about being here is I don't have to comment on the interface. I don't have to comment on like the way that the software is, the way that the interface works. Where, I'm thinking something about that, it's playing the video while I'm just scrolling, but it's not important to mention. It's not important enough to talk about. Definitely not. I mean, letting this one play through and then kind of commenting on that is far more important than seeing what I'm seeing. Christ the Revelation plays this. I mean, I can comment on this for sure. He plays this song all the time on his Twitch, his live stream on Twitch, and I fucking love hearing it. Love hearing it. This is one of my favorite ones that I like hearing. in terms of like the vocal tone, vocal pitch that he uses, his vocal range on this song. And he has all these on his freaking this is Matthew K. Heafy. This is Matthew K.G. Heafy, the frontman of Trivium here, on his official YouTube, not Trivium's or whatever label they're on. And let's see here. With this specific collection of videos, like this playlist, I don't know that it has a name. I think it just has, it's a lot of self-promoting stuff that it just has his @ his name, the song, parentheses, @ his band name, close parentheses. It's playthrough. So it'd be a playthrough playlist and a playthrough series. And these playthrough videos and these playthrough series that I like about them is the angle that he uses, different than his Twitch stream, where he's usually always streaming on Twitch every day, but it's a different angle. So you can view it from a little bit farther away over here instead of up close. And then even, whatever the details involved, it's just a change of pace is obviously the most relief here. And just me not knowing what record label they're on is something worth looking into. I just know that the information's going to find me that happen. And scrolling on down here, ooh, the pretty artwork for the freaking, what's new there. That's enough for the change of pace. There's no more change of pace now over here. So the esoteric documentaries that I get on here are immense. And especially this one from Esoterica that I'm seeing, being about some medieval sorcerer and stuff like that. When people speak in generalities right here, it's like, oh, you don't realize, I know you're Mephistopheles. like, okay, now that you know that I know you're Mephistopheles, now you know, okay? Like, let's just get that established. You just want some acknowledgement, my friend. That's all that you want. Do not stick around for more. You'll be in trouble. It's like, whatever, this is like, I'm saying this as I draw to a close here from where the guy you saw earlier, and then the one, the album, this is the album I was listening to earlier, but an album from a band that I was listening to earlier here, with their official thing, their official channel. And something I actually did want to comment on that as I was searching for something earlier is there's no more time for feed unless I just scroll through, do some other shit, because I'm commenting on something right now anyway. I'll do both at the same time. So the 4 songs tonight, but should only performed once. Think about that. Let me know what you think about that. James Hetfield agrees all-time favorite rock bands. Think about that. Let me just think about that. So when YouTube bands have their band channel as the name of their band, that's decent as hell. Then you can talk directly to them, show them your direct support, no matter who's in charge. Even if a label's in charge of it, it just registers in my mind that I'm going to there. Whereas when I'm on a label, the band doesn't have a YouTube channel. It just has Topic next to it. Please, with all the power invested in me, please do not, by golly, do not click on stuff or subscribe to stuff that says Topic next to it. You're not supporting the band at all in that way. You're just supporting whatever else that it is, but other than the band itself that you want to support. And just clearing that up, that if you want to support your band, that's not how you do it. And 6 Feet Under frontman Chris Barnes talks about his sobriety in a new interview. Let me know what you think about that. Sleepy Time Gorilla Museum. Let me know what you think about that. Prog music or heavy music in general is a very conservative scene. When you are willing to, I'm not willing to click on that ad to find out how to finish the sentence. Coffin, Sinister Oath album review, Banger TV. Alright, here's another guy. This is why when you do Twitch streams, why you have raids and you do raiding, and me having this new guy, this will be how the worlds will collide. And yeah, so Mickeygemineye Bold Doom episode 11. Peace out. Rock on, let it roar.